I got to pay bills. I got to pay child support. I got to go to court next week. What I'm supposed to do?
Today we let the employees know at our Emporia, Virginia plywood mill that we are ceasing operations as of today.
I've worked here 3.5 years. It's very unsettling. It's very unsettling because I have 5 young kids at home. It's very heartfelt because I feel bad for the city of Emporia. I really do, because it's going to crush Emporia.
It's going to cripple this town. You just lost Boy's Head, then lost GP. Ain't going to be nothing left here.
This a loss for me. And then they shut down Boy's Head. I was just about to start at Boy's Head. They shut Boy's Head down. Now they done shut this place down. What jobs do we have in Emporia?
We want to get these people placed in new jobs as soon as possible. It's very tough for the Emporia area with the Boar's Head plant a while back and now Georgia Pacific, but we're committed to trying to find those people jobs in and around that area and work to bring companies into that area to pick up some of that job loss.
I know you told me you voted for President Trump. What were you hoping that he would do?
I was hoping he would did something that made sense regarding the economy, made some kind of progress in bettering, the benefits of being a veteran. But I mean, it just seemed like he actually cared about doing what was best for the country, but now it just feels like all about me, Donald Trump, not, the guy out there working in the trenches trying to make ends meet, trying to pay a mortgage, trying to pay the bills. It goes against everything I expected when, I voted for him.
So you're not satisfied with what he said?
No. And it doesn't even have to do with anything about me getting fired. I mean, if I had gotten fired as part of the, government, cutting government spending, I would have been fine with that. I can accept that. But he's not delivering on anything he said he was going to do. So what's your real game plan? It doesn't make sense to me.
There are some things that he promised to do that he has put in place. I mean, there are executive orders that he's done, that he said that he was going to do. You don't feel like he's lived up to those promises?
I mean, where are the results? I mean, seriously, prices are still going up. We're now in the middle of a tariff war with a bunch of countries that used to be our steadfast allies. I mean, how do you make an enemy of Canada? They're right next to us, and they've been one of our premier allies and commerce partners for, seriously, centuries now?
And he did say that he was going to put tariffs in place. Did you just not think that they would be implemented in this particular way?
I didn't think they were going to be put in play in a juvenile way. I mean, where was the attempt to actually talk to the heads of these other countries like, hey, I feel you have unfair tariffs against our products. I'd like to talk about it first. And if we can't work out some kind of resolution, then I feel to protect our people, we need to implement this kind of tariff. There was no attempt at even talking to the other countries.
Now we're going to turn to UPS announcing layoffs for 20,000 workers and the closing of some facilities. Rebecca Jarvis is back with the big picture. Good morning again, Rebecca.
Yeah, nice to see you, Michael. And these are big job cuts coming to UPS. The company announcing that they will lay off those 20,000 workers and close a number of facilities as it dramatically reduces shipments of Amazon packages, something that's been in the works for quite some time. Like so many companies recently, though, UPS also saying it won't be able to forecast future guidance given the current macroeconomic uncertainty with tariffs. Railroad companies, trucking, airline, and shipping companies have all felt significant slowdowns recently, with U.S. companies effectively sitting on their hands waiting to see how long and how impactful President Trump's tariffs will be on their businesses. Shippers experienced this surge in traffic early in the year as U.S. businesses raced to get ahead of the tariffs and stockpile merchandise and supplies. And now we have this ongoing uncertainty. The more of it that we see, the longer it lasts, the more concerned economists are that it will lead to further job cuts at all sorts of companies. Robin.
Okay, and we're going to have more from you in just a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, Rebecca.
Intel is planning to lay off more than 21,000 employees, about 20% of its entire workforce. This comes just before the company's earnings call and is part of new CEO Lip Wutan's plan to fix things. He wants to cut costs and bring back a stronger focus on engineering. This isn't the first round of cuts. Intel already laid off 15,000 people last year. The company has been struggling for a while, with its stock dropping about 67% over the past 5 years. Recently, Intel also sold part of its Altera chip business to a private equity firm. These layoffs mean job losses and uncertainty, especially for families relying on tech jobs. It's also a sign of how quickly the tech industry can change. But what do you guys think? Should big tech companies do more to protect jobs, even when business is down? Share your thoughts below.
Hi. Please don't scroll. Just give me a moment of your time. I've never posted on anything as far as TikTok is concerned. I love the app. I love the community here. I'm on the app all the time, but I'm just not a on-screen sort of person most of the time. I'm a small businessman. I own a 85-year-old furniture store in New Hampshire, and it's been an adventure to say the least. We were able to make our way through COVID. I'm not going to pretend to say flying colors, but we've survived COVID. And it looked like we were going to be able to survive the inflation problems. But from really October of 23, really all of 2024, last year was just a struggle. I've burned through everything that I've got, trying to make sure that I keep this business running. I'm very proud to say that we were able to get through 2024 without letting go a single member on staff. Still making sure that they were taken care of, able to give out a couple of raises because people just deserved them, not big ones, but something. But it was such a tough year. We dropped by 30%, and I just haven't been able to do anything but keep the store open, keep the employees paid, keep the rents paid, keep the basic bills paid. But we haven't been able to really thrive. In an effort to sort of celebrate the end of a bad year when we got into 25, when we got into 25, I ran one of these big 6-week furniture sales, and it looked like it was going to be great for us, but it just dug the hole deeper, and it's put me in a position with so much backlog that when the sale ended the following month, we were doing less than half of what we're supposed to do on a monthly basis. And then in April, the next month, we did half of that. And it's so bad that I had to lay off the entire staff. I've had to close the doors. I owe customers refunds. I owe customers furniture if I can get it in. I'm in a desperate situation, and I'm asking the TikTok community for help. If you can see the link below, if you can share the link below, anything anybody can do to help, I would really, really appreciate it. It's not a good situation to be in. If you can find it in your heart to help, or just ask others to help every little bit, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
I just got home from being laid off as an HR business partner today. It sucks, and all I said to my director was, it caught me off guard, but I'm not surprised. Their initiative to have everyone get together and find a friendly way to cut costs, their inability to promote people and give people raises, cutting budgets in other ways, these are all signs of a layoff. My position was more business partner and strategy, so obviously strategy of moving people forward and growing people means more money. So it makes sense that my position was cut from the rest of the generalist and admin type HR team. So I'm in a state of disassociating right now, and the one thing that I did remember to say is I could request a recommendation on LinkedIn. So yeah, he's excited to give me a recommendation, and that's the first thing I'll be doing is requesting a recommendation on LinkedIn to show that it was nothing to do with my performance. It was truly a restructure of the company. But I'm in good hands because I know what I'm doing, and a lot of people don't. So hang in there if you're laid off or also looking for a job right now.
One of the biggest accounting firms in the world, PWC, just announced it's laying off about 1,500 employees in the U.S. That's around 2% of its American workforce. The company says the decision was tough but needed, since fewer people have been leaving their jobs over the past few years. PWC has over 75,000 employees in the U.S., so this move shows even big firms aren't safe from job cuts. This comes after other changes at PWC, like closing offices in 9 African countries and downsizing in China. Other firms like KPMG have also made similar cuts. But what do you guys think? How can workers prepare for job changes like this in today's economy? Share your thoughts below.
I just got laid off. I was laid off from my outpatient job, and I was working at a NICU follow-up clinic. I have never experienced something like this before. So I'm doing what any sane person would do, which is I'm eating French fries, waiting to go into Hobby Lobby. I will say I'm very thankful that I work per diem. I do have a second job that I'll just pick up a little bit more at. I don't have benefits through this job, so I'm not taking a hit as much as a lot of the other nurses are, but whoa. I have a lot of feelings about this. I think the biggest one I'm feeling though is disappointment and I'm a little bit angry. This is the first time where I have seen with my own eyes that we treat healthcare like a business. Sucks because at the end of the day, the people who are suffering this layoff the most isn't me. It's not the nurses. Although yes, we are suffering. It's the kids. And that's what I'm having such a hard time understanding is why are we doing this when we know the detrimental impact it's going to have on the patients who are the children?
So yesterday I was laid off for my job, my very cushy, very nice trucking job. And that's all good. I got 2 interviews. I'm on my way to one right now. They're both better paying jobs. One of them is even closer to my house. But that's actually not what I want to talk about. Yesterday, while I was on that phone call, one of the drivers that was getting laid off, he said, hey guys, so you request a 2 weeks notice from us when we're going to leave. In fact, last year I did give you a 2 weeks notice. I decided to leave. I found a better job and I put in my 2 weeks and you guys talked me out of it. You said, no, we're going to give you a raise, which you did. But I would be in a much better job right now. But you can't be bothered to give us a 2 weeks notice. Hey, you're about to lose your income. We have to give you, a multi-billion-dollar company, 2 weeks to find our replacement. But you can't be bothered to give us the same courtesy. The boss said, this is not a decision leadership makes lightly. And the driver said, that's not what I'm asking you. Then he said, there's not much more I can tell you. I'm sorry things are the way they are. And that was that. Let this be a reminder that you can be as loyal as a dog to a company. And when they decide to let go of you for whatever reason, they're moving on. And there's nothing you can do about that. And also, we're done giving 2 weeks notices. Courtesy is a two-way street. And if I can't expect that from you, don't expect it from me. Have a great one.
So by now, I know you've seen that the ports are empty. So I've seen in every single video that it's going to trickle down from the auto industry, then the food service, retail, so on and so forth. Well, I'm here to tell you it's already happening. I work for a company that is very close with the industry that moves the freight from those shipping containers all throughout the country. And we've just received yesterday our first round of layoffs. The company that I work for, by the end of 2025, globally, they're going to be laying off over 5% of the workforce. They've announced that it's going to be over 5,000 employees throughout the company in the world, and there's going to be about 5,000 contractors. So if they're assuming that it's going to be that much loss and there's not going to be anything to move, so there's not going to be anything in the store. So I'm here to tell you, here's the red flag. It's happening. It's not going to be good. And if you don't have a place to be able to fuel the trucks, that means there's not going to be any trucks. There's not going to be any goods to move, to buy, to have. Here's your fair warning.
The year 2025 has seen a significant surge in layoffs across multiple sectors, impacting thousands of workers nationwide. From manufacturing plants to tech giants, and from healthcare institutions to local businesses, the ripple effects are profound. In this video, we showed the closure of Georgia Pacific's plywood plant in Emporia, Virginia, resulting in over 550 job losses. Intel's ongoing restructuring efforts, leading to significant workforce reductions, UPS's announcement to lay off 20,000 employees amid reduced Amazon shipments and increased automation, layoffs in the healthcare sector, and the impact on local businesses due to broader economic challenges. These developments highlight the evolving economic landscape and its implications for workers and communities. The widespread layoffs across various industries in 2025 underscore the challenges many workers and communities face. As automation, economic shifts, and corporate restructuring continue, it's crucial to stay informed and support those affected. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. Your engagement helps us bring more in-depth analysis to light. Just a quick note, full credit goes to the original creators of these videos. Stay informed and stay engaged. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.